Corporate social entrepreneur. This is the next topic which we are going to discuss. The topic which we had discussed earlier was about social entrepreneurship, and we had seen what is meaning of social entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneur is someone who initiates or comes forward, mobilize the resources in order to solve the problems in the society. So now let us see this new term, corporate social entrepreneur. In short, it is known as CSE. CSE. So, who is this corporate social entrepreneur? He is an employee of a firm who operates in a socially entrepreneurial manner, identifying opportunities and for championing socially responsible activity in addition to helping the firm to achieve its business targets. It is connected, that CSE is connected to corporate social responsibility. So these are people, CSE, corporate social entrepreneurs, are those people who are already working in some firm. Along with working in that firm, they also spend time or they also take time for helping in other social problems. This is because a social entrepreneur or a corporate social entrepreneur is having a kind of concern towards the welfare of others rather than their individual benefit. So it is not like somebody is giving them responsibility. It is not like that. It is something which they do voluntarily, and they might be in any position in the firm, but they take time out to help in social problems also. It is connected to corporate social responsibility. Here we can see that this is more of ethics type. Like these individuals, they are very much ethical in nature, and they have so many values. Like it is connected, or this concept is inherently linked with personal values, because they are coming forward on their own to participate in the social problems. That is a corporate social entrepreneur. That person will be having a job. That is why it is written over here. He is an employee of the firm who is operating in a socially entrepreneurial manner in addition to helping the firm. He helps the firm also to achieve the business targets. He works there. Apart from that, he also devotes his time and he commits to the societal issues. Now, so this is connected to corporate social responsibility. So you should know the meaning of what is corporate social responsibility. Here you can see CSR, or just simply social responsibility of business. The social responsibility means what the company is giving back to the society. Now, when your company is being established, it is getting the support from that society or from the community where it is going to be established. Now, after it is being established, after it is running successfully, what is the company giving back to the society in return? In simple way, that is corporate social responsibility. You can see the meaning over here. Social responsibility is the obligation of the business to pursue those policies, to make those decisions, and to follow those lines of action which are desirable in terms of objectives or values of our society. That means CSR, or corporate social responsibility, means to take those decisions which are favorable to the values of the society. It is a continuing commitment by businesses to integrate social and environmental concerns in their business operations. Of course, business is for making profit, profit to whom? Profit to the owners. But at the same time, they need to spend, or they need to give back something towards the society. That is the meaning of CSR. So why this is done? This is done because business also needs support and cooperation of different social groups. They need support from the investors, they need support from the customers, the local community, and all, so that it is effectively functioning. So it is not only a profit making activity, but it is also concerned to the society. So we can say that it should be considered, business nowadays should be considered as an instrument to make change in the society. Many times we can understand that business and society are interrelated, are interconnected also. They have, of course, they have to look after into their economic interest. They have to consider their employees, they have to consider their customers, they have to consider their profit, etc. But at the same time, they also come forward to meet the requirements of the society. This explains about the social responsibility of the business. Now, you all of you might have heard about the Companies Act. It was earlier the Companies Act of 1956. Now, this Companies Act of 1956 was replaced by the Companies Act of 2013. Now, you might be having a doubt whether all the companies, whether it is mandatory for the companies to enter into this social responsibility or not, or whether it is compulsory for everyone. It is not compulsory for every company to, what you can say, to do for the society. It is not compulsory. It is voluntarily, in fact. Voluntarily means the companies खुद से आके society को serve करते हैं. But the new act, that is the new Companies Act of 2013, has introduced so many changes here. It has introduced far-reaching changes that affect company formation, administration, governance, etc. Apart from that, there is one more section which has been included, that is section 135, which has a clause on CSR, that is on corporate social responsibility obligations for the companies listed in India. But this it is not, still it is not mandatory for every company. This clause covers the essential prerequisite pertaining means relating to the execution, fund allotment, and reporting for the successful project implementation. Now, this CSR, this section of 135 is applicable to companies which have an annual turnover of rupees 1000 crore or more, or a net worth of rupees 500 crore or more, or a net profit of rupees 5 crore or more. So those companies which are coming under this particular criteria, it is now mandatory for CSR activities as per Companies Act of 2013. Means करना क्या है फिर? They might have so many plans, they might be having so many projects in their mind. These projects should be implemented for the welfare of the society as well. You can see, when you look around, you can see so many companies who are engaging in such kind of CSR activities. Like Tata Group is one pioneer, we can say, in CSR activities. Infosys is there along with their foundation known as Infosys Foundation. These companies may even do these activities alone, or they may even tie up with many NGOs also. What they do then, they may be having so many projects and plans, just like what I told, maybe providing education for poor children, promoting women empowerment, providing education for girl children, adopting a village, providing solar energy, or implementing sustainable energy, any kind of activities which are beneficial for the society. That is social responsibility. So basically, we can say that social responsibility of business means duties and obligation of business towards various social group, that is towards the stakeholders. Stakeholders will include everyone who are related to this company in one way or the other. Like it could be the customers, shareholders, local community, employees, financiers, society, anybody. So they take several such activities in order to promote the society as well. And it is, as I mentioned here, it is not mandatory. Companies do it voluntarily, except for these companies which are having this which are coming under this criteria. So this is something which most of the companies do in order to have a goodwill in the society, have a positive image in the society. So this is social responsibility of business. Now moving ahead, you can see factors responsibility for here. Now, why this has emerged, how this concept has emerged. Factors responsible for popularity of social responsibility concept, or how it actually emerged. I think you understood what is social responsibility. It explains about the obligation or duties a company has towards the society. Now, here you can see how it emerged, or what was the reason for the popularity. First thing is growing expectations. Now, businessmen, they may find it difficult to survive in the society if they do not support the local community. The society will be having lots of expectations from a firm when they are setting up in a particular area. And the business person cannot ignore or they may find it difficult to ignore such expectations from the society. When a company is being set up in a particular area, it is automatically the people over there will expect that employment opportunity will be there, or that particular area will be developing. So these kind of expectations should not be ignored by the business people. Then, favorable image. Businessmen have always a desire to create a favorable image in the society. For that, they take steps in order to expand their operations, and they are ready to spend in order to get social recognition. Because just imagine adopting a village or providing education to the poor children. All this will create a favorable image in the society. Then, threat of strict social control. Business people, they have now understood that if they do not respond to the society, there can be legislations. Legislations means there can be rules and regulations which could be brought by the government. So they willingly come forward in order to fulfill their responsibility. Professional management. The introduction of professional management has given a boost to this social responsibility, because nowadays, especially when youngsters are coming forward to join the business and all, and along with lots of experience and professional management, they have now understood that it is very much important to enter into the society as well. Fast changing business environment. We know that every second the business environment keeps on changing, and changes are taking place very rapidly in the business environment. There are many concepts, or there are many areas where the business environment is connected with, and it is very important that the business people are aware about what is happening in the environment. This they can understand and they can contribute only through social responsibility. Organized labor force. Businessmen have no alternatives but to accept the demand and expectation of the organized labor force because of their pressures. Laborers are employees. Their viewpoint, their voice also should be heard many times. So because of this also, this business people come forward for SR activities. Then realization of long-term benefits. We know that a business is not being started for a short term or for a few months and all. They have realized, business people have realized that in order to sustain in the market for a long term, and in order to run their business or expand their business, they need the support of the entire society. So rather than making profit, they should also think about giving benefit to the society. Because of all these reasons, business people are now coming forward to share a part of their benefits, or share a part of their profit in order to improve or develop the society as well. Now, at the same time, what we have to remember is that there are arguments for social responsibility, there are arguments against social responsibility also. Of course, it is quite beneficial. They are helping to uplift the poor in the society. Business people, through social responsibility, they are actually trying to eradicate poverty, and many activities are there. When we search the internet, you will get so many examples how the companies uh, come forward, or how the companies are investing fund in order to support the people, providing help during natural calamities. All so many such activities come under CSR. Now, at the same time, there are arguments for supporting CSR and arguments against SR. First, we will see the arguments. It's the same point which we had seen in the earlier concept. Almost similar points only. Arguments for first one, growing public expectations, because people are expecting more. The people, because the expectations have changed, people are expecting more from the society. Demand of the consumers have increased, competition is increased, consumers need quality products at reasonable price now. For that, the business will have to respond positively to the requirements of the society. Then, creating favorable environment. The business can definitely create a goodwill in the society if they are responding to the society. They need to operate as per the requirements of the society, as per the requirements of the various social groups, and provide facilities for uplifting the society. And definitely that second and third point are almost connected. They will get huge public support and cooperation and goodwill, market reputation, etc., when they are cooperating with the society. Along with that, better use of surplus resources. Many times business will be having huge resources in terms of, especially successful business, they will be having huge surplus resources like finance, in terms of finance, manpower, talent, operations management, financial expertise and all. So they can use these resources in order to grow and expand, and also they can contribute to giving better life and welfare to the society where they are constituted. So these resources can be used not only for the benefit of the company but also for the benefit of the entire society. Then here you can see interdependency of social system. It means everyone is dependent on one another. We cannot ignore this part. That is, society of today is interdependent. For example, we can say petroleum refinery, which makes candle wax, or just one example is closely related to terms of social effect. Take any example. When we think about vehicles, along with that, pollution comes to our mind. When we think about any other examples, so all these are connected, and when all these are connected, that definitely have an impact on the business decisions. Then, complexity of social problems. Social problems are becoming more and more complex, and the government might also find it difficult to tackle all these issues due to the limited capacity. So, many organizations come forward to have give a helping hand to the government as well, and it is basically the moral responsibility of the business in order to help the government to control pollution, control population, provide for ecological balance, like that. And they have this right, moral responsibility and right to interfere in social problems. Then prevention is better than cure. It means that many times it is always advisable to handle the problems before it becomes serious. Like, it is always advisable to handle problems, social problems, especially poverty, welfare facilities, etc., before making it worse. Then, application of principle of trusteeship. This concept of trusteeship was actually suggested to business people by Mahatma Gandhi. According to him, the business is created for the welfare of the society, and business people are just the trustees. This principle, or this Gandhian principle, actually says that there is some inherent responsibility of the business people to be shown towards their customers, employees, shareholders, etc. So it is the responsibility of the businessmen that they should know that the profits earned by them should be shared with the community as well. That is the application of trusteeship principle. These are all the favorable points for social responsibility. At the same time, there are arguments against social responsibility. First of all, the thing is, business lacks social skill. It means, in order to discharge these activities, the business sector should have adequate social skill. The thing is that business people will be uh, mainly concerned with profit making. They may not be having any kind of training, or they may not be capable to deal with the social issues. So it is better to give such responsibility to the people who actually know about the society rather than these business people. That is one argument. Then, violation of the rule of profit maximization. Everyone knows that, we all know that one of the important objective of a business is profit maximization. Now here what happens, accepting social responsibility or entering into the CSR activity means reduction of the profit. So this argument says that we are violating the rule of profit maximization. Then another point is that it should be at society's cost. SR activities should be at the society's cost. It means that business people need not take the responsibility of these activities. Instead, the government should have to play a major role here. And it should not be a botheration for the business people. It should be done only at the society's cost. Then, charity degrades human dignity. Many of these activities are one-way charitable activities only. So the businessmen are expected to give donations, they provide various facilities, etc., to the weaker section under their social responsibility programs. But many times it may actually uh, do negative, or it may actually create negative impact. They may feel that their human dignity is getting degraded. The people who are collecting, or the people who are getting benefited out of the business people, might think that it is a charity, and they might be feeling that their human dignity respect has been degraded. Then it is economically irrational. Many times, in order to discharge the social responsibilities, the business units may charge their prices highly from their customers. And that is in order to spend for the society on one side. The other side, they might be charging huge or exorbitant prices from the customers. This is completely irrational and unjustified. Then, divided support. It means that not everyone will always support the business people. A socially committed business might be criticized. Like every time, they may not get support from every section of the society, like customers, employees, other stakeholders. When the companies are engaging in CSR activities, they are expecting that they will get support from everywhere, but it is not necessary at all. They might not be getting support from each and every section of the society. Social overhead cost, that is, overhead cost, the cost of undertaking these activities. The cost of discharging this social responsibility will be treated under social overhead cost. That may put heavy financial burden on the business unit, and it may even create weakness on the financial part of the company, and they may not be getting any direct benefit out of entering into such socially responsible activities. So it may create a financial burden to the business people. Then, business and social oriented activities are opposite. In order to conduct social oriented activities such as rural development, the approach required is to be different. Business enterprises have no experience in conducting such activities, rather, they have experience in conducting only business related activities. So these are all the arguments against social responsibility. But when companies come forward, or when socially responsible activities are happening, to an extent, it actually helps in providing, or it actually helps in uplifting the society to a greater level. So there are both positives and negatives against this. You can see all positives are also there, negatives are also there. But overall, when we see that when the companies are coming forward in the form of along or in the form of such CSR activities, or when they are taking the help of NGOs, or when they are joining partnership with NGOs and all, that actually can make a difference to the society which they are contributing to. This much is about CSR, okay, or social responsibility, and CSE. CSE means corporate social entrepreneur.